Dominator is a massive B&M Floorless coaster located at Kings Dominion. It is the longest and tallest floorless coaster in the world, has 5 inversions, and reaches 65 miles an hour. And this coaster is a powerhouse, as it is one of the few inversion-focused coasters by B&M to have speed elements. This is our full-length, in-depth review of Dominator and our comments about what you can expect when you visit Kings Dominion to ride this coaster. Now, let's get into the review. Dominator originally opened at Six Flags Ohio in the year 2000, where it anchored a strong coaster lineup as Batman Night Flight. When it acquired Six Flags Ohio in 2004, Cedar Fair stripped the park of its Six Flags name, renaming it Geauga Lake, and removed the DC superheroes theming. Cedar Fair changed Batman Night Flight's name to Dominator, where it operated at Geauga Lake until its relocation to Kings Dominion in 2008. When it opened at Kings Dominion, Dominator gave the park a great 1-2 punch with Volcano, the blast coaster. When I-305 and Twisted Timbers opened in 2010 and 2018 respectively, Dominator helped anchor an incredible top 4 at Kings Dominion until Volcano closed in 2018. Despite Volcano's removal, Dominator still anchors a great top 3 at the park. Dominator is located in the International Street section of the park, and it is one of the very first coasters you see when you enter the park's parking lot. As I Street's marquee attraction, it is always one of the first coasters any guests ride when they enter the park. You get to Dominator by walking alongside International Street. You then turn to the left through the first major walkway around Berserker, a looping starship, and down towards Dominator's dedicated plaza. And this plaza does one thing and one thing only: prominently display this massive B&M Floorless coaster. To get to and enter the ride queue, you walk under Dominator's large first drop, past its large vertical loop, and straight towards the queue's switchbacks. On quieter days, you turn towards the ride and climb some stairs into the ride station. Once in the ride station, you choose your row and board one of Dominator's 3 8-car 32-passenger trains. Once you have pulled down and secured your over-the-shoulder restraints and cleared dispatch, the station gates will open, the floor will retract, and you make a slight drop out of the station to start your ride. At the beginning of your ride, you drop out of the station into a banked left-hand turn into some straight track, and then into a right-hand turn onto the lift hill. At the top of Dominator's 157-foot-tall lift hill, you enter a classic B&M pre-drop section before swooping towards the right down the 148-foot-tall first drop sloped at 57 degrees. And this first drop delivers some good whip, especially in the back rows. After the first drop, you climb into Dominator's massive 135-foot-tall vertical loop, which gives some amazing hang time since it is so tall before whipping you down into a low to the ground rightward overbanked turn. Out of the low to the ground overbanked turn, you climb up into a banked right hand turn over the station before swooping downwards and up into the first half of Dominator's massive Cobra Roll. This Cobra Roll is snappy, but also relatively smooth as you navigate the element. You then go through the second half of the Cobra Roll, followed by a leftward turn up into the mid-course brake run, which slows you down a little, but not as much as some of the other B&Ms out there. You then drop off the mid-course brake run, which does give some noticeable floater airtime in the back rows, and into the first of Dominator's 2 interlocking corkscrews. Next, you make a banking leftward turnaround into the second corkscrew, followed by an elevated turn which dives into a ground-hugging banking leftward helix. And this low-to-the-ground helix delivers some strong G-forces. You then whip towards the right, followed by a left-hand turn climbing into the final brake run. Dominator is just an all-around great ride. Unlike most inversion-focused B&Ms out there, Dominator throws in some whippy, low-to-the-ground parts that make it stand out on its own. It is no wonder why this is most riders' favorite or second favorite coaster in the park. While it is a fan favorite, Dominator has a couple of aspects that hold it back. The first is that Dominator has a slight B&M rattle during the pre-lift hill section, and during the first corkscrew if you're sitting towards the back of the train. For some riders, that rattle will cause some head banging with the over-the-shoulder restraints. The second aspect is that the ride experience fluctuates with the weather. Having ridden this coaster so many times, we have noticed that this ride can haul through its layout, but because of Virginia's sporadic weather, Dominator crawls through the second half of its layout on cooler days. But these two aspects are just nits and in no way diminishes this coaster's ride experience, as Dominator offers one of the most unique B&M Floorless coaster experiences out there, with only a slight rattle here and there. Overall, Dominator is a great ride and makes for a great reliable number 3 at the park. It is a long ride that features hang time, whip, one airtime moment, and enjoyable inversions. It is no surprise why Dominator is such a fan favorite among park goers, and its low to the ground final section is a strong ending. For our final score, we give Dominator an 8 out of 10. This coaster is just good fun with some of the best variety of elements on any B&M Floorless coaster. So, let us know in the comments if you have ridden Dominator at Kings Dominion, and if so, what do you think about it? If you are new to the channel and enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe as it greatly helps the channel. Turn on notifications so you never miss an upload, and check out some of our other videos. As always, stay tuned for more coaster reviews and amusement park content from Coaster Adventures, and we hope to see you in the next one.